As I think about my faith, it's always been so strong, and really got tested from the time I was 4 years old and started having asthma as a sickly child. And I'd had a grandmother die at age 45 with asthma, and I knew that, so I really didn't expect to live way past 90 like this. I felt afraid when you don't get your breath. It's awful, especially during the night, you know. And I hadn't even been ready to go, you know. It was just such a struggle. At a very early age, my faith was tested, and I found out bad things happen to good people, because I would sit around and think, I haven't done anything bad. I've been a good kid. I've been better than these other kids. And somebody told me that was a good thing to find out at a very young age. The second thing that tested my faith was when I moved at age 15 to Des Moines from this small town, and had been a big cheese, a class of 26, and now I was in a class of 368 in November when everything had been organized, and I just had to sit at a separate table during lunchtime and that sort of thing. But I never really felt alone. My faith has always been there, and I've always just been able to feel real near to God and have faith that things are going to work out okay. When you've lived to be over 90, you've been dismayed many times, and I've already mentioned that, but I haven't mentioned the Depression, and I was very impressionable during the Depression when we didn't have everything we needed. We always had a meal on the table, but it wasn't sometimes the food that we needed for our health or something like that. Very hard time when my older brothers could not get work. My dad was out of work. Luckily, we lived on an acreage and had enough to eat. And then I hate to think about the Depression getting over, but World War II was what helped bring us out of it. Until I went through the period of a brother supposedly at Pearl Harbor on the day it was bombed, but his ship had not been able to come into port because of the weather. So we went 15 days not knowing whether he'd been bombed or not, but on the 23rd of December we had the good news that his ship was not among them. And then I had a brother in the Army and a brother-in-law in submarine service in the Pacific. So you're dismayed a lot through the surgeries that come along, the job changes, losing aunts, favorite aunts, uncles, your parents, and I'm the youngest of 4 and left alone. Doesn't dismay me for long because of this faith that I have that things are just going to work out all right. Things are a part of life. Losing the family. The hardest one was losing a niece, tragically, when she was 50. I only had one niece among all these nephews. And life just goes on, and your faith keeps, you feel very, very close to God in those times because He's right there with you. I coped as a child of God, enjoyed the good times, and my favorite hymn is, through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace, faith that brought me to this day, and grace will lead me home. And then I make up my own verse, through much kindness, joy, and happiness, I have already come. 'Twas a grace that led me to this day, and grace will lead me always. And I do believe that.